Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Chorus Cornix, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I talk about it. This week's game is Lifeless Planet for the PS4. It was released in 2016 and it's a single-player adventure platformer, but I would just call it a glorified walking simulator actually, developed by Stage 2 Studios and published by Serenity Forge, and also there will be spoilers up ahead just so you know, but first a little backstory. So, as usual, I couldn't find a game to play, so I was browsing PSN, and it's kind of funny, it's actually hilarious that that's my go-to when I don't know what to play whatsoever. So I went there and I found this game. At the start of the game you get a desert landscape with some power lines stretching on into the distance, and then you're prompted to press the X button, and from here you can pick new game options such as control and invert look, and you can also select between 6 different languages. So the first mission is called Landing Site. So a group of astronauts has traveled out into space and crash landed on this strange deserted planet. And the main character wakes up with a concussion and tries to locate his missing crew. The main character's oxygen tank is also leaking, so it needs to be fixed, and that can be done by going to a spacecraft nearby. So now you have 8 hours of oxygen remaining. There is also this voice of memories that I guess play in the main character's head, so there's a conversation about this trip and the point of no return. And then it's time for the foothills, which is basically a tutorial section about platforming. So you jump with the X button, and if you double tap the X button you do this double jump. I think it has something to do with this broken jetpack. You also get a PDF, it's like a tablet that will keep track on what's happening in the game, also provide the story. And while platforming in this section I actually died. For no reason. You push these rocks in order to jump on top of them to get to a higher ledge, and I died because the game was like, well, you're not supposed to be here, so you're gonna die now. I don't know, it's kind of funny actually. So this planet is strange but yet familiar. So you have water and alien frog creatures, and I died at another point of this game. You're supposed to scale this waterfall, and I clipped through the geometry and I just died. So rescaling the waterfall, climbing up a small hill where some rocks were falling down for some reason, and eventually reaching the power lines that were displayed on the main menu feed. And now it's time for the town chapter. So at the end of the power lines you will find this abandoned city made by the Soviet Union. So some of the PDF dialogue is actually in Russian, it's translated, but the text is in English, but the guy is speaking Russian. I also found a bunker which is, it has 2 sets of codes that you need in order to enter it. Also found a graveyard and one of my crewmates, but he just get eaten by a sand monster. So you also need to refill the oxygen tank in the middle of the town, and after that you head down to the research bunker. So in this area you need to restore the power in order to open a slow moving door while the Soviet Union anthem actually plays. You need to use some explosives to blow up a door, and you follow some green footprints and navigate the darkness with your flashlight. And now it's time for the chasm. So this area has huge power lines that you eventually will walk on. You also encounter an alien woman, and there's also a dam structure. It's actually a power station. And then after the power station bit there is a wasteland where you follow the alien creature and you find your last crewmate dead. So I actually beat the game this week. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted something interesting to happen, but nothing ever came out of this game. So eventually you get this gripping arm so you can handle some energy balls to power some alien machinery. The story moves the game along, but it's way too long, and it wasn't my cup of tea. So gameplay. Help the astronaut figure out what's going on this strange alien world. Control, the left stick is movement, the right stick is camera. L1 is walk, R1 is flashlight, the X button jumps, you can also do a double jump, the square button interacts, and the start button pauses. Graphics. So this game was made in the Unity engine, and the graphics are really simple. Simple 3D models, and it feels a bit like playing with like toy soldiers or something. The perspective is really weird. Sound and music. Rich Douglas made the soundtrack for this game, and the music is very ambient and used very sparingly for dramatic effect, but it doesn't leave that much of an impact. I can't remember a single track or anything like that. Easter egg seekers and glitches. So this game is a bit glitchy. There's something funny going on with the hit detection behind the scenes. Sometimes I just died by falling through geometry. It's, I don't know, it happens. It's part of the Unity engine thing, I guess. So once I'd beaten the game, I took a look at the achievement list, the trophies. So there's a trophy you get for beating the game within 4 hours, and there's another trophy you get if you well, you don't die a single time. So if you really hate yourself, try to go for those trophies. So in conclusion, I wrote, no, this is something I can't recommend. So the game has one good thing going for it. It has this another world, alien, exploratory vibe going for it. But it's not that captivating, and sometimes it just feels like a walking simulator. You know, do this, go from A to B, and the game drags on way longer than it needs to. It's something I can't recommend. So go do something else, you know, take a walk, touch grass, or do something productive with your day. That's my recommendation. Don't play this game. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.